Now, South Africa has a staggering high unemployment rate, and there have been several attempts to try to bring the numbers down, and one of those is digitization. Society and businesses have transitioned into the digital space, with new technology affecting job creation and economic growth. And to discuss the benefits of technology for both the economy and the employment, we are joined in studio by Motsholane Sebola, the Executive Head of Solutions at Mpilo Technology. Thank you so much for your time, Motsholane, this afternoon. Just looking at digitization and unpacking what technology is. I know we talk about the Internet of Things, but this means applied practical solutions to making life more convenient, Absolutely. Easy and accessible, and particularly in the financial sector in your space. And Mpilo Technologies, just break it down very quickly, what it is that you specialize in.
Thank you for having me here, Cindy. So Mpilo Technologies is a software development company with a focus in the financial services space. We provide digital front ends for our banking customers, as well as a slew of other products for banking. We are in the process now of expanding beyond banking into a number of other sectors where we believe that we've got a range of digital solutions that would impact positively the lives of stakeholders in some of those other sectors. Yeah, so if I walk into a particular bank and the first thing I see are those touch screens, usually, which is more about queue management, and then it directs you to where you need to go for a consultant based on your need. If you want to open an account or this and the others, that's what you're talking about. So that is a digital channel. It's a form of digital channel. However, where we play, the primary space where we play in is how you interact with your bank, for example, through the use of your mobile app, through internet banking. Some of those channels are where we primarily play. Yeah. Now, talk us through then the unemployment rate, which some would say is even 70% amongst the youth, and the fact that the skills, we're often also told that it doesn't match what the industry requires, let alone in the technology or digital space. That is quite true, Cindy. I think we've seen that there is massive unemployment in South Africa. Some of the stats are quite scary. The fact that there's about 3.5 million youth that are currently not even seeking jobs or not in school. So there is a huge that huge unemployment gap which we need to try and address through the development of digital skills to ensure that we are in a position as a country to move forward and be in a position where we're able to take our place in the digital revolution. Yeah, and at this stage, are there skilled young people, for example, maybe that are ready for market? Is there a portal? How do you find these critical skills, or are we in a space where there simply is a scarcity of the skills? So it's a combination of both, Cindy. So for example, at Mpilo Technologies, we are actively involved in developing some of the skills that we need. So we work with technologies that are quite scarce, or they're scarce skills technologies, through partnering with some leading OEMs globally. So we are in a position where a lot of times we have to develop those skills internally at Mpilo Technology. So we have a number of programs, for example, where we are partnering with our clients, with OEM partners, and with society at large to try and create these skills so that we are able to onboard and have the capacity. So I think programs like these that we've got, for example, we've got one that we call Unearthing Greatness in Unexpected Places, where we identify youth that may not have had an opportunity to build digital skills, bring them on board, train them up, and then potentially put them on projects. So we believe it's going to take a combination of companies like ours and society at large, like-minded individuals and organizations to try and fill this gap through similar types of programs. Yes, but I mean, there has been a concerted effort and a drive and focus on the STEM subjects, science, technology, and math, etc. And one would think by now we're at least seeing a cohort of graduates who are ready again to take on opportunities in the technology space. And you're saying that that's not the reality. Companies are doing it internally or running through internships, etc. And that is currently what you are doing to try and reduce the unemployment rate. So absolutely, but so as I mentioned, it's a combination of that. So we've got situations where we're able to onboard grads that have gone through university, so people that have had the opportunity to develop those types of skills, develop those STEM skills either at school or in university through courses like computer science. But there's a large number of youth that don't even have that opportunity, which is where programs like the one I mentioned come into effect and help us identify some of those people with a drive and a passion, and provide them with an opportunity to then
and finding
take
that
part in this economy.
Correct. And the access thereof as well, because by virtue of saying technology, yes, many South Africans have got a smart device or the other. The cost of data, one could argue, that has reduced over the years, but there are still the bulk of South Africans who do not have access to opportunity because of that digital gap that still exists. So how do you reach those that are deserving, that are qualified, and yet do not have access or knowledge of the opportunities?
Absolutely. So a lot of it has to do with us partnering or forming the types of compacts that allow society as a whole to come together to try and address some of these things. So as Mpilo Technologies, for example, we are working on partnerships with organizations that are trying to identify people at grassroots level, provide them with access to some of these skills. We're partnering with organizations that work with tech worker communities or work with potential people that may need to obtain some of these skills and bring them in. So as you rightfully mentioned that a lot of people don't necessarily have access or are able to see some of these opportunities. So it's going to take a much bigger effort to make sure that we are letting people know that these are the types of opportunities available in the digital economy.
Okay, so if a young person in Guatemala Springs or Tutuza, Tsakane or Guamashu Mlazi has only got a R5 or so to access the internet at their local internet cafe, if there even is one, what is it that they look for, or even on their smart device, in finding those opportunities? Is it readily available, widespread across the country, or are you piloting in some areas?
So the nice thing about young people is they spend a fair amount of time on social media. So organizations like ours are spreading our message through social media, and we are creating that visibility through channels like Twitter, now X, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc., to ensure that we're reaching the right target audience. At this point in time, we are piloting, so we are currently focused in this particular locality, so within Gauteng and within Joburg specifically, so that we are, this is the province with the largest number of people, so creating opportunity here allows us to then create opportunity and expand these types of things nationally.
Yeah, I'm told if you're not on TikTok, you haven't arrived.
Listen.
Yeah, it's a completely different ball game. But thank you indeed. Really, really appreciate it for your time. We're speaking here in studio to Motsholane Sebola, Executive Head of Solutions at Mpilo Technologies. And you can go ahead on their socials and on their website, Mpilo Technologies, and let us know how you fare, especially as a young person looking to get into the digital space.